All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hang with Drummer Boy Jones on our most of the times weekly Saturday morning hangouts. Sometimes life gets in the way, but we do it as much as we possibly can. Got my two main men with me. I got Mr. Patrick with me. I got Hawksy with me. And man, do we have one today that is going to go from point A to point B to point C and all
over the map.
Yeah. It is everywhere. It is everywhere. It's just going to be fun because when I know Patrick did not like my choice, and when I heard their choices, I didn't think I would like it either. So it's going to be fun. This is going to be interesting. So good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
We are here. Good. Yeah.
Good. I know everybody had a busy week. Here's the thing. We get on here. We've been on this for what now? Probably 30, 40 minutes before we hit record. So we get all of our talking out of the way of how our week's been and what our week is. And so it's good to hang out and catch up. And there's things that we don't put out there just because we're just bullshitting with ourselves. But yeah, so I know you guys had busy weeks. I've had a busy week. My wife told me this morning she hopes we hit the lottery, or I can tell my job to shove it. I guess you have to play before you can win. So
that's true.
No, my job is good. My job is good. It's been my life for 26 years, but there's weeks that it's just like, I can't handle this no more.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That's where you go after you get home and take your aggression out on the drums.
Yep, that's right. That's right. And so yeah, I've got to get some things hooked up. I don't want to say nothing on a podcast, but I want to talk to Hawksy about it privately, and I'm going to talk to you. I'll talk to you after this is over.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, take out the drums and and doing this kind of stuff. And I watch this kind of stuff. I know you're the brains with Anthony. You're with his podcast, and y'all do incredible things, and I watch it constantly.
Yeah.
And have been fortunate enough to be on it a time or two with you guys. And I look forward to it. Anytime I see it pop up, I know that's what I'm watching. I don't watch cable television. I don't watch.
We should cancel all of our subscriptions and just watch.
Guru. I watch the YouTube. I mean, that's what I watch. I don't watch. I mean, there's
between Guru, Brian, Jonesy, and now Trevor's back. Trevor Crash, of course, Metal Show. He just posted an episode for the first time in like a month.
Yeah.
You could blow an entire Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Not saying people shouldn't do anything, but like I agree with Hawks. Blow up your subscriptions. The only reason that I have subscriptions to anything is I'm addicted to Survivor. I'm addicted to Survivor, and I have to have a subscription so that I can watch my Red Sox from April until I shouldn't say October, Hawks, because that's not
for real.
But so at least through the end of September, and then I have to have it to watch my Bengals lose. So it's a necessary evil, but you're absolutely right, Hawks. Like I don't watch anything else.
I love the way the baseball just takes the money right out of your bank every January without saying anything. Hey,
there goes $300.
Yep. NFL same way.
The NFL one's worse because it costs so much more for less.
Right.
And it keeps going up, and stupid people like me keep paying it because I can't live without it. You say that, but
And now YouTube TV don't have ESPN or ABC.
Oh, it's back. As of last night, it's back.
Okay.
It's back now, but it was a month.
Good. Yeah, it was
wow. Right in the middle of football season. That's just great.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, insane. All right, guys. Well, let's get this ball rolling. So, man, like I said, this is going to go all over the map. I had always heard of this band, but I had never listened to them. And the only reason I think I'd ever heard of them because there was a question mark in the band. and it's therapy with a question mark. And Patrick, that was his pick, and it was the 1994 album Troublegum.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Hoxie, which I sort of had a feeling Hoxie might go down this road sometime because he's such a fan, and I'm glad he did.
Oh,
Hoxie
great.
picked out 1975's Dreaming My Dreams by Waylon Jennings. And everybody knows that watches, and if not, this is a rock channel. I say it's a rock channel. It's a music channel, but it's mostly focused on my love of hair metal, and that's what I truly love in classic rock and things like that. However, this is going to be our first country, true country review, and it's fantastic, and I can't wait to do that. And my pick was Patrick's favorites, John Bon Jovi's second solo album, Destination Anywhere. And I didn't pull that up. That was in what,
1996.
1996.
Yeah.
So, so I tell you what, I know last time I think we threw Hoxie to the Wolves. And I know
Throw me to the Wolves. Throw me to the Wolves.
All right, so let's throw Patrick to the Wolves right off the bat, and let's go with Patrick's pick,
So
Therapy.
in 1993, 92, 93 was my freshman year of high school. And the second half of the year is when 93 hits. So it's the summer after my freshman year, and my friend Kent had gone to Germany for the summer to visit a friend of ours from the year before whose dad was in the military and was stationed over there. And so I was so angry because now I had nothing to do. I didn't have a car my freshman year, and there's nothing to do. Everybody else is out doing stuff, and I'm sitting, poking my pud. Like, it was just nothing to do. And about 3 weeks before the end of summer, my friend comes home from Germany. I go racing over to his house the next day, and he is just bouncing up and down about what he came home with, because music was very different overseas.
Yeah.
He's like, you have got to hear this. And I was such a hair metal kid that it was like, is it hair metal? No, it's horrible then.
Yeah.
And, I'd probably gone around and bought a whole bunch of hair metal stuff that summer that was, stuff that had come out 5 years earlier, but I'd just never heard. And he just looked at me and was like, no, this is something you've got to hear. And he pulls out the album, and the album cover is so weird. I don't even know how to explain it, but the guy's
I'll
got his
put
head
it
in
up.
the trash can with his ass in the air, and I was just like, what is this? And he put it on, and I was like, whoa. Like, it's kind of like that first moment that you hear something different than what you're so used to, but you actually aren't hating it.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to hate it, but you just don't. So I wound up, I've told you before, I had like 15 different subscriptions to Columbia House that I wasn't paying for because I wasn't 18. And I wound up getting Troublegum through it. And I loved it. I couldn't believe how good it was. I mean, from the opening song, Knives, the first line, my girlfriend says, like, I just like, well, this is so, like, I thought it was the heaviest thing I'd ever heard, even though it's not. And I just, it had a sound to it that I couldn't escape. And Screamager and Hellbelly and all these other songs, they just go right into each other. And it's like you put the foot on the gas and you don't stop.
Right.
And there's one song on that record that I would recommend to anybody in the world. They will not hate it. Is a song called Turn. And it sounds like Alice in Chains meets, Motley Crue, John Corabi Motley Crue. And the only Motley Crue that I really, really enjoy a lot. I love Motley Crue. Don't crucify me for it. But John Corabi is my Motley Crue. And it will always be my Motley Crue.
Yeah.
And, but it's like John Corabi Motley Crue with, like kind of a poppy punk vibe. But it just could have been on the radio and been massive. So I wholeheartedly tell everybody, The one thing about Therapy is they are not consistent with their albums.
Oh, really?
No album sounds the same. So, I listened to Troublegum for probably 3 straight years, like just going, oh my God, this is incredible. It's the only non-hair metal thing I was listening to.
Yeah.
And then their next record came out and I loved it, but it was so different. But everything after that, I have checked out on.
Yeah.
So, but though this record, Troublegum, and the follow-up, Infernal Love, are if you like Troublegum, check out Infernal Love too, because it's a great record.
Okay.
Cool. Do it.
Yeah, that's cool. I done a little research on them too, and
Belfast.
yeah, I mean they've got what 14 records, and they've sold 2 or 3 million copies total. I mean
Troublegum was massive in Europe. Yeah.
Okay, and man, and I'm sorry, Hogs, I just jumped in there.
Oh, it's fine, dude.
When I first heard it, the first thing I was like, man, this sounds a lot like 2000s, late 90s, 2000s metal.
Caesar.
Well,
It reminded me a lot of
Great call. Yeah.
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 But it also reminded me of like Life, Sex, Death, and like Helmet.
Yeah.
And some Faith No More. It's a pretty Faith No More.
I thought Faith No More had that little element, and I even there was a couple on here I was like, that's sort of Toolish.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But when I looked to see the release date, I was like, this was before all of that shit.
It was, yeah.
So I was sort of, because at first I was like, well, this is just copying the other stuff. But then when you look at when this come out, you're like, no, it wasn't copying. Right. This was before that. And then I started going down, the YouTube thing and watching videos. And I know he didn't stay because I've done some research, but hey, it's got a left-handed drummer. So 2 thumbs up for me.
Fife. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that how you say it? Fife?
Fife Ewing, yeah.
Fife or Fifi. I didn't know which one.
Fife, yeah.
But yeah, I know he didn't stay very long. I know he's on this record. But man, I really enjoyed this record. I liked it, and I didn't at first. I'm a stickler for vocals, the singer's voice. At first, I didn't know if I liked his voice or not, but I do. I mean, it's just different. He's got the accent, you can tell he's got a little bit of an accent. But yeah, man, the one that stood out to me though, I don't know why, is Femtex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is definitely my favorite on the record. I love that song. But like
Going Nowhere is pretty good too.
Yes. Yeah, that was really good. There's a couple I didn't really like, but for the most part, I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And the way it ends with, the bonus, the repeating, You Are My Sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it sounds like an old vinyl record, and I was right back to the Strangers again. I was like, shit, this is creepy. But man, that's really, man, dude, great pick. I'd have never, ever have listened to this if you had brought it up. It would never crossed my path. And I'm glad I did. I've even got it, When you guys recommend a record, I automatically put it in my Apple iTunes. I add it straight to my Apple iTunes. Now, whether or not I download it, that's a different question. And but yeah, it's on there now. So yeah.
What do you think, Hoxie?
I love the whole thing. I absolutely do. The scrimmager I'd heard before, and I didn't know who it was, but probably like on.
It would be in TV shows, like in the background, like the old MTV shows, like Real World and Road Rules and shit like that.
I didn't know if it was on that, or I didn't know if it was on that, or like I watched 120 minutes as much as I did Headbangers Ball. So,
right.
But I didn't know. But I knew that song. But the rest of it, I never heard, and I thought the whole thing was fantastic. Knives is great. Scrimmager is great. What's the Joy Division cover? What is that? Isolation.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
but I wished I'd found this when it was new.
Yeah,
because I would have all the records.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Well, check out that Infernal Love album because it's great.
Okay. Absolutely did. The weirdness is what I like so much about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the same reason I like Seether. That's the same reason I like Life, Sex, Death. They were great, you know.
Oh,
One
incredible.
record, yeah. But
Yeah.
Danzig, you know,
Mhm.
it's weird. But anyway, yeah, I gave it 8, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Right on.
I would put it up there. I would put it, like I said, there's a couple on there. I can't remember which ones they actually were that I, you know, I probably would skip through if it come back, but and I can't remember which one it was now, just to be honest with you. I think
Right.
the one, oh gosh, what was it? Because I most of them, maybe it was Unbeliever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only two that I don't really get into: Unbeliever and oh god, Brainsaw, I think it's called.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Mhm.
yeah. I didn't really like that one either, but I did love the very tail end of it.
Yeah.
You know what's an incredible song in there is "Stop It, You're Killing Me." That one's
Oh,
so good.
Yes. Yeah.
yes, yeah. Is that the one where the world is fucked and so am I?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
Maybe it's the other way around. I can't
Yeah.
seem to decide. Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, man. Great pick.
Yeah.
Great pick. Like I
I
said,
love what Hawk said. I wish I'd found it back then.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
know?
really do. I really wish I'd have known about this one. What, 94? I was right out of high school.
Yeah, you put yourself back in
Right.
1994 and it fits like a glove.
Like
It's
a
so
oh,
good.
absolutely.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then in '94, all of our hair bands was getting heavy. Motley
Yeah.
and Warrant and
Busting up.
Bust a Nut. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Tesla. I mean, everything was sort of changing, and I love that. I love that time. I mean, to me, '92 to '94 is the best years of hair metal.
Agree.
I mean, I love Ryan, our buddy Ryan, RVK, he loves the classics, the 88, the 89s, the Def Leppards, the Slippery and Wets. I do too. If it wasn't for those, we wouldn't like them. But when
Yeah.
it started to change and you was in the middle and we was all in the middle of that,
Yeah.
and it went a little bit more real and not as, that's when I really loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like you. This would have fit straight in at that time.
Yeah.
Straight
Cool.
in.
I'm glad you
Yep.
guys liked it, man. That
I
means
did like it. Good pick, dude.
Yep, good pick. All right. We're gonna save the best for last, which is Hawksy's Waylon.
Are we?
Because yeah, we're gonna save the best for last because it's the curiosity is killing me here for my pick of John Bon Jovi's Destination Anywhere. When this come out, I bought it immediately.
Yeah.
Because I am a huge Bon Jovi fan, and why it's not pulling up now? Maybe iTunes don't like it no more, dude.
1997. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't mean to play the. Here we go. Yeah, 1997, come out, Destination Anywhere, and Bon Jovi was one of those guys, John himself, that I truly idolized. My hairstyle at the time, we would talk, whatever John's hair was at the time, that's the way my hair was. When he cut all his hair off, I cut all my hair off. And I loved how he sung. I loved Bon Jovi as a band. Everything.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you 100%.
Everything Bon Jovi. Now,
you should have seen Jones back in high school, dude. He had the
John
patches.
Bon Jones.
John
Bon Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was just and what's weird is John Bon Jovi was always sort of my favorite frontman. Until Janie come along. And I mean, well, I liked them all, but the looks of his hair, I guess, because my hair was the same color, and all that stuff. But anyways.
Yeah.
So I got this when it come out, and I got it in a time, like you said, in 1997, when you was craving for anything that was related to that era.
Yeah.
It's different. It's definitely different. I have a feeling I know what Patrick's going to say about, I mean, it's very drum machine heavy.
Yeah.
the production,
That
but
might surprise you, Jonesy.
okay, all right, I'm cool. So, there's some stuff on here that I don't like, but there's some stuff on here that I think is unbelievable. One of my favorite songs that he's ever written, and I say he's ever written or he's ever recorded, I don't know if he written it or wrote it or not, is Ugly. I love that song. I could listen to that song over and over and over. I just it's so catchy. It's to me, the lyrics is great. Um, Destination Anywhere, the title track. I love that song. And then it ends on August. It's called August the 7th. It's about a little girl that got killed, got
Yes.
ran over.
That was on Unsolved Mysteries. Did you know that?
Yeah, it was on
Oh,
Unsolved.
really?
There was an Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack.
Yeah.
And they do a piece on that, and John Bon Jovi's on it.
Really?
Yeah, because the kid
Gotta look that
was
up.
the kid's father
Was his
was
manager or
part of.
something, right?
Yeah, he had something to do with Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Wow, did not know that. That's cool. That is super cool. I mean, I hate that happened, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It's just me. I mean, to me, there's some stuff on here that's just classic pop Bon Jovi. I mean, there's some of it that's more, he goes a little modern. I love Queen of New Orleans. I like Janie, Don't Take Your Love to Town. I like Midnight in Chelsea, Ugly. I don't really care for staring at the window with a suitcase in my hand.
Yeah.
I do like Every Word Has a Piece of My Heart. It's just me. I like that. Learning How to Fall, yeah, it's okay. Naked's okay. Little City, me. But all in all, I really like it.
Did you like it right away, or did it grow on you?
It did grow on me. It did grow on me. The things that I really like now, I thought was okay when I listened to it. The ones I didn't like, I still don't like. But yeah, I mean, if you're a Bon Jovi fan, I think you would like it, and I recommend you check it out anyways to see if you'd like it, because
You
I
should
don't
check
think
out anything that's on this channel. You
yeah,
really should.
yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody
absolutely.
should form an opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Bon Jovi and me and Hawks has talked about this too. I mean, we were wanting to do a Bon Jovi trilogy type video from early days to up to Sambora and past. We were wanting to do that. I'm not a big fan of Bon Jovi anymore. Nothing's memorable, and maybe people thinks this not either. But yeah, if you're a Bon Jovi fan, I think you'll find things on it that you do like.
Right.
But yeah,
Trying to hear what Hoxie thinks.
all right.
I don't hate it. Well, I watched the film a couple
Yeah.
times. The film is a great story. The story itself is fantastic. John's a terrible actor. To start to his first movie, this is his first movie, right? The film's a really good story. I mean, there's a kid that gets run over at 4:15, and Demi Moore's the mom. She goes crazy. It's kind of hard to watch at times, but
It's
the
heavy.
story,
It's very heavy.
Really?
it's yeah, and but going just by the film, I would say I did like the film. I'm not necessarily in love with the record though, but this is the first time I've really actually gave it a good listen, and I like some of it. The Queen of New Orleans. Here's one of my problems with it, or I've got a couple problems with it. The drums are just looped,
Yeah.
and it's kind of electronic. I'm not in love with that at all. John could still sing at this time, and he just kind of sings like this a lot on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, the songs are not bad songs. They're just not produced well. That's my problem with it is the production of it.
Gotcha.
Not the songwriting and the content, the production. The production made this like a 6 instead of a 9. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do like the songs. I just don't like the way it's
how it come across.
how it's put out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, the songs are really good songs. It reminds me, and a lot of stuff was like this in '97. A lot of there was like Train and Wallflowers and Sugar Ray and that kind of stuff, and Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
And I think this was kind of the direction that was kind of trying to go.
Sort of fitting
but
the times.
trying to fit in the time. It's pop rock instead of arena rock.
Yeah. True. True. Yeah. Good point. Very good point.
But didn't hate it. Just
So this, what about it, Patrick?
So I have a lot of memories of it because it kind of just was there all of a sudden.
Yeah.
There was no, like, you look at albums in time if you were a Metal Edge reader, which I was every month, didn't miss it.
Yep.
And you would, Ultraphobic, you knew for 6 months ahead of time they were in the studio, they were recording, every issue had some sort of thing. 94 Motley, all these things. John Bon Jovi was such a darling of Metal Edge, but These Days comes out. Now, These Days is my favorite Bon Jovi record. There is not a bad track on that record. It is a magnificent record.
Yeah.
Go out and listen to it.
Yep.
That was kind of covered in Metal Edge, but it wasn't like it had been before where it was Bon Jovi's everywhere. So somewhere along the lines between These Days and Destination Anywhere is where I single-handedly believe John Bon Jovi went, I don't want to be the face of hard rock and heavy metal.
Yep. Good point. Yeah.
Somewhere in there that happened.
Yeah.
And it was kind of said to somebody, so he stopped being in Metal Edge. He stopped being in Hit Parader. He stopped being everywhere except People Magazine. Like, I'll be in Rolling Stone and I'll be in here, but I don't want to be the face of this.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of feel like I had no idea this was even being recorded or coming out till about a week beforehand when we went to the record store and it had on the upcoming release John Bon Jovi. And I went up to the lady and I was like, what's that? And, she fumbles through her stuff and is like, oh, Destination Anywhere. And I remember calling my friend who was like always there with me when we went to record stores and was, did you know anything about John Bon Jovi? Because keep in mind, this is the beginning of the internet too. So,
oh yeah.
And, at that time, all there was AOL and, like all the message boards. And I just kind of figured we were going to get another Bon Jovi record or something that was like Young Guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is also, and I don't talk politics, but this is also the beginning of political Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Because the record came out and like a month later, it was on the radio that John Bon Jovi was playing the Bill Clinton rally in Portland, where I was in Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, well, shit, we're going. Regardless of politics, we're going because fucking John Bon Jovi's going to be there.
Yeah.
And we didn't wind up going because of something, but I remember reading in the paper that all he did was play Midnight in Chelsea. He didn't play anything else. He just went out with an acoustic and he played Midnight in Chelsea and he was gone.
Wow.
And got the record, and like Hawks said, MTV had a premiere of the movie and at the end of the movie was the video for Midnight in Chelsea. I remember watching the movie and thinking exactly what Hawks did, which was, boy, that guy can't act. Like, he is just not a believable actor. He wound up doing, like, what was the submarine movie he did? U-571.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
But he was dead quick in that movie.
Yeah.
And then he was in that Vampires, Los Muertes or whatever.
Yeah.
Movie. And then thank God he stopped. And Moonlight and Valentino, and that was
yeah.
It.
Yeah.
And
which he probably that one was kind of successful, but
yeah, exactly. On to the record. I am the first person, Jonesy and Hawks, that will sit here and say, I love when people do things different.
Yep.
Favorite record by them. it would be really boring if artists stayed the same.
Yeah.
But it has to feel authentic.
Yeah.
And it has to feel like, you know, if Mama tried to put out a record, because I love your guys' record, but if you guys tried to do a punk record,
yeah,
unless Hawks or anybody else in the band was like, you know what, we come from a punk background, we're going to hit our roots.
Yeah.
It's not going to come off authentic.
Right.
no,
Yeah.
So if I put myself back in 97 when this came out and when I first heard it, I go, wow, like, what is he trying to do here? Because it's like he wanted to be a singer-songwriter, which I don't think anybody ever would have taken that away from him.
Yeah.
John Bon Jovi's a singer-songwriter.
Right.
right,
But he's not Matchbox 20.
yeah,
And he's not Bruce Springsteen, and he's definitely not John Cougar Mellencamp.
right,
This sounded like you look at the writing credits, and the one song that I do really like a lot is Ugly.
yeah,
Ugly could have been a Bon Jovi song, but it would have had to be a Bon Jovi circa 2003, 2004 song.
right,
Yeah.
But you look at who wrote it. Eric Bazillion from Hooters, who also wrote What If God Was One of Us?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
And he had just written that song and it had gone to #1. So who does John go and get to write a song for him?
right,
Eric Bazillion. So I love Hooters and I love Eric Bazillion. And he's one of the best interviews on Guru if you go watch it. I love the line in there where he's like, and you feel UGLY. You know, like that's fantastic. That is songwriting gold, but John didn't write it.
That's great. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. But then you also look at the guest players on this record too. Eric Bazillion, obviously. Paul Taylor from Winger. Aldo Nova, who John had written on Aldo's Blood on the Bricks record. Desmond Child, who'd already worked with him.
Yeah.
And then he's got Hugh McDonald, the bass player, who was the bass player in Bon Jovi the whole time. It's just that Alec played in shows, but Kenny Arnoff, the drummer, who's incredible.
Yeah.
And then David Bryan, the keyboardist from Bon Jovi. Everybody but Tico and Richie.
Yeah.
So
wow.
You know, is it a bad record? No. I don't sit here and go, oh, that's a horrible record.
That's what I was thinking you was going with this.
No. My irritation with this record is that it's the irritation that I said at the top. It doesn't feel authentic at all. It's like somebody at the record studio went, you know what we're going to do? Is we're going to take John Bon Jovi because he could still be a star. And we're going to take the square peg and force it into the round hole.
Yeah.
Good point.
And I can't help but feel like this is the exact moment. This album is the exact moment when John went, I don't want to be a rock star anymore. Or I don't want to be a hair metal guy.
It got to, you know, and still to this day, it seems like, you know, he's just trying to chase his Bruce Springsteen. I want to be the next boss. And it just, to me, that comes across more fake than anything.
If he wrote Someday I'll Be Saturday Night over again, 10 different ways on a record, it would be magic for me.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's very good points, guys.
Yeah.
I get it. And digging deep, I need to do that more often because I swear I did not know. A lot of times, you know, and I usually do a good job about reading credits and stuff, but I didn't on this one. And
I think they wrote.
This was a great pick. Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually. I think they wrote the film from the soundtrack. Is that, or is it vice versa?
No, it's exactly that, Jason.
Okay, all right. But
they did.
Yeah, the film's pretty heavy, dude.
Now, did he have anything to do with? Did he have anything to do with the writing of the film?
No, I think 2 other guys wrote the movie.
Okay.
Guys wrote the movie, but John commissioned them to write it.
Okay. Oh. All right. Cool.
Yeah. All right. This was a really good pick, Jonesy. And, you know, like I said, I don't want you to think I hated it. I don't hate this record, but I don't listen to it because it'd be like Janie Lane putting out a rap album. You know, it's like, could he do it? Sure. But, you know,
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, there's times you're like, where are you going with this?
Right.
So awesome. Well, here we go. The first in our channel history. We're going old school country. And Hoxie picked Waylon Jennings, Dreaming My Dreams.
Yeah.
Tell the story,
1975.
Hoxie.
Well, the story, but I don't have a. This came out. I was a month old probably when this came out, so I don't know. I used to. My mom's youngest brother loved Waylon when I was, a kid, and all the way up to, well, both of them are gone now, but my mom's youngest brother was always listening to Waylon, and he looked a lot like him, you know. And anyway, though, I don't remember how I don't remember not knowing this record, or at least the biggest hits on this record. Uh, Waylon's Institute, dude. There's only like three of those guys that were actually outlaws, and he is the main one,
Oh
and
yeah.
he could get away with whatever because it was his way or the highway.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't remember the first time I heard this record, or even when the first time I bought it. It's like it's always there.
It's just
It was
been
like it's just like it's right over there right now.
yeah.
But I don't know, man. Um, this is one of the probably the top two. Yeah, absolutely the top two country records ever made. Just this and Redheaded Stranger. That's my favorites. That's my two favorite real country records are Dreaming My Dreams and Redheaded Stranger.
Yeah.
Which Redheaded Stranger is pretty awesome also. But anyway, there's not a thing in the world I don't love about this record. So
And,
this was what I picked for y'all.
yeah, man, I tell you, it's and plus, and I didn't know for the longest. I mean, I know now is your dad also played in a country western band, right?
Right, yeah.
And played the
Country
bars.
is was the name of their band.
Country is was the name of it.
Wow,
Country
cool
is.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know your dad. Your dad fits that bill. He's old school.
Yeah, yeah. He's he's a pretty Willie Nelson type fellow.
Yeah, right. So I get it. I get how you grew up on this kind of stuff too. So yeah. But what about it, Patrick? What do you think about this record? Because you are a hair metal guy as myself, and
I'm a hair metal, death metal. I mean, like absolute death metal. Black metal, all these things. That's my jam.
yeah.
But I also love The Cure, and I love Depeche Mode, and I love it all. I'm like Hawks. Like when Hawks said, "Yeah, I used to watch 120 minutes," so did I. Like I watched it all, and I was open to everything that wasn't hip hop and R&B and rap.
Right.
And I gotta say, this was an emotional listen on a lot of levels for me, and
me too.
I'd say that I'm so grateful to you, Jason, for recommending this because not to get super serious or anything, but like my family has not existed since I was since 2004. My mom passed away in 04, and my family just fractured.
Right.
And like I have a brother who's 3 years older than me. I haven't talked to him since then. Like I had a stepfather, but he hasn't been in my life. So I've been kind of on my own. And my mother and I had a very combative, because I was a teenager and we all revolt,
Yeah.
But my childhood had a lot of happiness in it. And a lot of it was because we were dirt poor, but we listened to music because that's what you had. You always had the radio.
Yep.
And, there were Christmases where, there were no presents, but we had a meal together and things like that. But we had the radio. And my mother loved Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, all of these. And this is a Southern California kid, like
awesome. Yeah.
we're not, from the Midwest, and not that country music has to be from there, but we were the furthest thing you could be while the hair metal movement is exploding in LA, which is, an hour away from where we were, we would, at Christmas time, we wouldn't listen to Christmas music, we'd put this stuff on. So hearing this record was like being 8 years old again. And so thank you for that, Jason.
You're very
Because
welcome, man.
I truly appreciate that feeling and that nostalgia for me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for recommending this record because it gave me a lot of peace the last 2 weeks listening to this record. I think that's why before we were on here, I told you when I was in a pretty heavy moment driving in some bad weather, I put this record on because it put me at peace. So
Right.
Wow.
This is not something that I would normally listen to, but I told you I bought this record. I didn't just download it or listen to it. I bought this because it was so good. And I encourage everybody who watches this, take a moment outside the box and listen to something you wouldn't normally listen to. And if you do, this record is the record to listen to because it is absolutely magnificent. I don't like country music of today. I don't really like country music at all, but I love this because it has spirit. It's authentic.
Yeah.
You can tell when he sings songs like I Recall a Gypsy Woman or Let's Turn Back the Years that he lived it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's not these are things that happened to him.
Right. And Waylon used outside songwriters also,
he did.
And but he still went through this,
Oh yeah. He
um,
lived it.
Yeah.
Incredible record in the history of me coming on this show and picking albums. This, in my opinion, is the quintessential pick so far in this series.
Wow.
Between all of us, between the three of us and Jason. And that's not knocking the other records.
Yeah.
This rose to the top. And it will be very hard, in my opinion, to beat this record.
Wow.
Great pick, Jason.
I appreciate it, man.
Man.
And I'm glad it brought you some peace, man.
Yeah, it was incredible. And I listened to it, almost every morning this week.
I will recommend, and this is not my pick, but for next time. But Ladies Love Outlaw, Lonesome Ornery Me, and I'm a Rambling Man.
Cool. I will check those out.
Those are my four, and this one. I can't live without those records.
Yeah, I hear you. They're desert island picks.
Yeah. And that's all one guy. That's all Waylon records.
Cool.
All right.
Well, man, first I want to say, Patrick, dude, thank you for sharing that. I mean,
absolutely.
And opening up like that. That stuff, some people might not want out in the air for everybody to hear. And that was touching. That was no, I'm not bullshitting at all. That was very touching. And I knew you had mentioned before that you had a pretty rough growing up, and you didn't have to spill all of that. And
dude, it's all good.
I'm glad you did, man. That's very touching. It's weird that music can take you back to a specific point in time.
Oh, absolutely.
And
this was a good place it took me to. So that's why I'm so grateful. So
that's fantastic. That is so good. So good. And Hoxie, man, I'm the same way. I enjoyed this so much, and I always relate a lot of stuff to the drums, and you listen to the tempos of some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there going, damn, that's got a faster tempo than some of the heavy metal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just not produced. It's just not thrown out there, but the drums in the background go, and it's like, dang, and the tempos. And it's just me personally. When it gets down to a few of them on here, when it gets down to the real slow, I don't go for it. I mean, I just don't. I just don't. That's just me with the real slow stuff. But I mean, I'm going through it, and when I guess, which one was it? There was one on here that was super slow, and I even listened to it like 3 times, and I still didn't.
Dreaming My Dreams.
Yeah, it was probably
Title
Dreaming My
track.
Dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, like you said, it's so authentic. It's so, which I had heard, because we used to do it.
Oh yeah. Don't think
Done
Hank done it this way.
Yeah, we used to cover that one.
You remember, Patrick, when we did a CD release party right at 12th and Porter in Nashville.
Yeah.
And which is a big deal for us. It was a big deal at the time. There were actually tickets made that had the band name on it, and I thought that was awesome.
The coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
that's
but
awesome.
all right, so we're going to our CD release party. The first song we played was "Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way," and that's what we sound checked with. And the sound guy there was like, "I've only heard this song a million times," and I was like, "Well, here's a million and one."
Yeah. Yeah. And it's weird because where I come from, I thought we was the only band in the world that had ever done it. I was like, man, we're a rock band and we're doing Waylon.
Yeah.
But I guess he's in Nashville and everybody else does it too. But man, I did. I really did enjoy it. Way more blues.
Jonesy, one thing. Go back and listen to Dreaming My Dreams just for the words.
Yeah. I will. I promise you.
Holy cow, the lyrics are incredible.
The lyrics.
I don't mean to sound like I'm blowing smoke, but this is like when you go years and years and years listening to a lot of different new records, but nothing like really just you were floored.
Yeah.
This floored me. It is that good. And I cannot implore people enough. Come out of the box for a minute of what you normally would listen to. It'd be like if I said to Jonesy, Jones, you got to listen to Cradle of Filth. Like it would not be what you would ever normally listen to. But if you check this record out and take a minute and take it for what it is, the stories, every song is a story in this.
Yeah.
And you listen to it's not twangy country. It's not, like 18 wheels and a dozen. It's not that shit, This is somebody singing about pain. It's somebody singing about love, like endearing love that hurts. Life and a life out on the road.
Right.
Which, if you haven't done it, you can't relate to it. I can't relate to it, but damn, it hit.
Yeah.
You can close your eyes and listen to this and see it.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. Thanks,
great record.
Well, thanks, man. Thank you both. That makes me, I had nothing to do with the production of this record, but that makes me feel good.
Thank you for everything you said about this record that I had nothing to do with.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah, that was fun. This was a fun week. This was a really cool week. It was really good. So I'm the world's worst. I don't think about what's next.
I actually did prepare this time.
Did you prepare this
time? You go first. What are we listening to?
All right. Back when I was 13 years old, I started getting into 12, 13 years old. I started getting in, hanging out with the wrong crowd, like that guy right there, like Jones. And
John Bon Jones.
John Bon Jones. But we got into like thrash. I was a thrash kid,
Yeah.
So my favorite is Big Four record. If we have to have the Big Four, it's Spreading the Disease, Anthrax. That's my pick for next week.
Masterpiece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disease.
So
Jones, I don't think you might not be familiar with it, Jones.
That's the Thrax.
Yeah. Not all of it. No, I mean I was a casual Anthrax guy. I might hold. What was the one with the?
John Bush.
No. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Those are incredible records.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
You're talking about Persistence of Time.
Persistence of Time.
Yeah, that's a great record too.
So Hoxie throws the curveball from Waylon to Anthrax. I love it.
I know you were over here and you went. Whoop.
Yeah,
that's the Indiana Jones map.
That's his. That's Hoxie. Awesome, good pick, dude. What about you, Patrick?
I have spoken about this album on the Guru's channel, in my early days on the channel, and I have promised the world that I will always recommend this album This is probably in the grand scheme of things, Subhuman Race by Skid Row is my #1 record of all time.
Yep.
This album that I'm about to talk about came out in 2019 by a band from San Antonio, Texas. That is not I don't even know how to classify them, but it is like the sound of this record is like a rock record that came out in 1987, but is not hair metal, is not hard rock. It's like a pop rock record with some keyboard elements to it that sings songs like Cutting Crew would, that sings songs that would like hit you and make you think that you're going to go outside and be in your, OC Pacific shirt and your, like you're going to be back in 1987 coming home to watch Magnum PI.
Wow.
This is probably the second greatest record that I've ever heard in my life. And it's only 6 years old. It's by a group called the Panic Division. You might only be able to find it under Panic Division, and the record is called Touch. It is incredible, and I don't know how you'll feel about it. It's so not a hair metal record. It's not a country record. It's something you would not normally probably listen to, but it rocks. The lyrics are great. The vocals are great. The guitar work is phenomenal. But you will be transported back to, like I said, the Cutting Crews and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm already chomping at the bit to hear what you think of it.
Awesome.
And I'll probably be blowing you both up all week going, so have you listened to it? Have you listened to it? Feel free to tear it apart if you don't like it. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But I will always champion that record. I've talked about it a few times on Guru's channel, and I've had people who heard me on Guru hit me up on Twitter and say, "Oh my God, you're absolutely right." So it's a one-man band by a guy named Colton Holiday. They released a couple albums on major labels as like an alternative rock band in the early 2000s. And then that just went nowhere. So he kind of just went out and kept the name on his own and changed everything. And it's everything he's put out since probably 2008 or 9 has been magically good. So
looking forward to that. That'll be fun. All right. So I'm going to pick one that I think that I know Patrick's heard, but I don't think Hoxie's heard it. And if he has, honestly, I don't think, because you was not very familiar with Tough, was you?
Oh God,
Hoxie?
No, not much. No.
Did you? Yeah, TUFF.
Yeah.
Tough. Stevie Rochelle, which he's made this.
I knew who they were, but
okay. So I'm going to skip the first one and go straight to my favorite, which is the second record, and it is Tough's Fist First.
You're going Fist First, not Religious Fix.
Okay. I'm sorry. Religious Fix was the actual second record, wasn't it?
Right.
Actually, I'm going to let's go back.
Okay.
Let's go Religious Fix. I'm sorry. Religious Fix. Whoops. I'll send you a snapshot of it.
That's fine, dude.
But I don't know if it's on Amazon or not. I mean, it might be.
Is it on Apple Music? Let me look.
If not, I got a hard copy and then I've got it too, Hoxie.
Okay.
But they went a lot heavier, and then they've also,
it's only got Fist First.
It does only have Fist First on Amazon.
Well, it's got What Comes Around Goes Around, Fist First, History of Tough, and Decade of Disrespect.
Okay. Well, you listen to Amazon, don't you, Hoxie? Amazon.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I've got Amazon.
All right. Well, just let me know if you don't have it, and if not,
all right.
do Fist First, either or.
Okay.
Because some of the songs are on both.
Some of it moved over to it.
Yeah. So either or. Well, guys, this has been fun. This one went everywhere, and I loved it.
Yeah.
This was fantastic. Like I said, gets my weekend up started. You guys got me woke up, ready to go, and now I'm gonna get to go and work a while, right? So
what time's the Gator game?
I think it's tonight. 6, 7 o'clock?
6,
yeah,
7.
I think it's tonight. Yeah. So It'll be interesting. I'd say Ole Miss, especially what Kentucky done to them.
Well, I watch it every week, so.
Yeah.
And then I text you how disappointed I am.
Oh, yeah. Horrible.
Yeah. Cool.
But guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I
Yeah,
love our
appreciate it.
Saturday mornings. And
Right.
like I said, everybody, don't be a dick. Be good to everybody. Be good to one another. And guys, I hope you have a great week. Love you guys. See you
Love you,
guys
Jonesy.
next week.